I'm Dee Dee Armstrong and I live in Afton. Excuse me for reminiscing just a little bit, but I think sometimes it's helpful to reflect on things. Today I was thinking about the Wizard of Oz movie where this small band of ragtag characters banded together. There was a scarecrow and a tin man and a cowardly lion and a human girl. And that ragtag group brought down a bunch of bullies in The Witch. Remember the movie Bad Moms? Where a small band of ragtag characters banded together, a timid stay-at-home mom, an outlandish foul-mouthed mom, and a stressed-out soccer mom, and that ragtag group brought down the bully of a PTA. And remember the movie Star Wars, where this small band of ragtag characters banded together, a blockade runner, a feisty and strong-willed princess, and a young man yearning for something more in his life? That ragtag group brought down a bully of a Death Star. Abuse of power is bullying. Maybe you'd like to remember a lesson from actual history about a certain island nation. A bully nation had invaded their neighbor and had taken over. The island nation had their forces stranded in occupied territory, surrounded near the beaches of Dunkirk. The leader of the island nation announced to his people, "We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France, we shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight on with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender." But when all seemed lost to that mighty bully, that leader sent a simple message to the war command. But if not. That was it. But if not. It's an odd biblical reference, meaning even if we're defeated, we will not bow down. The message, but if not, was what it took for a ragtag group to take action at the beaches of Dunkirk. A flotilla of hundreds of merchant marine boats, fishing boats, pleasure craft, and lifeboats came to rescue thousands, tens of thousands of the Allied forces. It was a ragtag group that eventually stood up to the bully and turned the tides. Abuse of power is bullying. When this district votes to cut nurses and paras on the same night as they voted to move forward with plans to build a sports facility that would be the envy of the Eastern Twin Cities, that's bullying towards the families that depend on paras and nurses. When this district decided that the beloved and successful program at Stonebridge needed to change, that's bullying to the families of Stonebridge who specifically chose that model for their children. When this district, in its infinite wisdom, decided that putting children with life-threatening seizures on a bus without requiring staffing, that was bullying and it was a deliberate indifference to that child's life. And when the district tells the parents at Afton Lakeland that an overcrowded kindergarten class that was well over the district's limits couldn't get another teacher, but an executive director in this district got an extra teacher for the grade at her child's school, that's bullying. When this district tells parents that parental involvement at conferences will just have to be accommodated by hiring a bus to shuttle parents without cars to the conferences, how is that anything other than bullying? When the district tells taxpayers that they can repurpose any monies the taxpayers vote to approve and can change what those funds are used for willy-nilly, that's authoritarian bullying. When the district increases administrative salaries while enrollment decreases and then blames the families who choose not to enroll in those schools, that's bullying. When board members say that we don't need to keep coming to meetings, that we should just trust the board and admonishes those of us who dare to speak against the district in district-sponsored newsletters, how is that anything other than abuse of power bullying? Here's the thing. You may think you've got this power and that you can bully your way around, but there's a ragtag group of parents who have had enough, and that ragtag group is nowhere near done. My name is Dee Dee Armstrong, and my village is being bullied. And I intend to move heaven and earth with this ragtag group to stop the bullying. We will fight the bullies. We will go on to the end. We will fight in the media. We will fight in the ballot box. We will fight for our children. We will go to the end. We will fight on. We will never surrender to the bullying. But if not.